In today's stories, yes, I said stories, two stories to be exact, we're going to be going over two childhood stories that happened to me when I was a kid. They are personal, scary, unusual type of stories. I hope you guys enjoy the content. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Enjoy, sit back, relax. I was always told by my parents and other people that were friends of my parents that our house was haunted, and I never really understood why. I never actually seen any of that actually happening. And I was like, if it's haunted, why have I never saw anything? And I never really understood that. I never understood why people would say it was haunted until the one day I encountered that exact experience that everyone was talking about. A haunted house, and it was my house, and that was absolutely terrifying. So the one night, and it was nighttime, of course. It wasn't that late though. I'd say around 8 or 9 p.m. I was around 6 or 7 years old. I was running around playing pretend, playing army guy, just running around the rooms, in the living room, and then in the front room. The front room, the light was off, so it was the parlor, right? They call it the parlor, the front room, whatever you want to call it. It was usually really dark in there. And there's a hallway next to that parlor, next to the front room. And then there's the living room, right? So as I was running around playing army men, I had this figure pop out. It looked like some native or Indian, I'm not sure what it was, some tribal person pop out with a spear and was coming at me. And I had no idea what was going on. I was just a kid. I had no clue if this was my imagination or if I really saw this spiritual entity. But it freaked me out. I ran up the stairs into my room. Eventually I came out, went down, talked to my parents, told them what happened. It was spooky. And I told them, and they're like, yeah, you know what? I think we actually saw something like that before. So, you always wonder, what was your house built upon? Or what may have happened here prior in years past? Was this some type of Indian reservation or something like that? And it just happened that we had this area that was planted for houses on top of that. It's terrifying. You never know what actually might be happening. You never know what actually might have gone on prior to the years that house was built. And mind you, this house was built in 1913. So it's been a long time, right? So you never know. So that was my first story, and I definitely didn't experience that again, thankfully. But it just goes to show you that stuff does happen, and it was so real to me, right? It's just like all my other stories, you could really feel it inside, like it really happened. We go on to the second story, which is just equally as awful as the first, if not worse. It's a little more interesting, though, I would say. So, I was a kid playing with my Legos on the floor, playing with my army guys, just kind of hanging out, enjoying the day. And I was sitting there, and I was playing with my little guys. And I look up to my left, which is the wall next to the hallway. It was in my living room again. And I saw these bright yellow fisherman boots go into the wall. And it spooked me out. I mean, these things were like 2-3 feet tall. I mean, bright yellow fisherman boots. And they went right into the wall. And I was screaming for my mother. I was like 5, 6 at the time. So I was even younger in this story than I was in the other one, right? So I'm like, what is going on here? Why am I seeing this? And I get up and I'm like, where'd it go? Like, is there something that I'm missing? Is there some type of portal that's there that I don't see? I don't know. I honestly didn't know. And, I was young. I was thinking to myself, is it my imagination or is this really here? Is this thing actually happening? Is this happening? Is this real? And I talked to my parents, especially my mother at the time. She was right in the other room. And I said, I just saw yellow boots walking to the wall. I mean, this story went everywhere, right? Her friends, the family, and they were all like, yeah, well, the house is haunted. I mean, we told you that. So it was one of those things. It's like, it's not a coincidence, right? Because I'll tell you, I seen it again. And this time, these bright yellow fisherman boots went into the wall behind me. So it's like maybe someone prior was a fisherman. But from what I know is the original homeowner was a hunter, from what I remember and was told. So it's really interesting to see fisherman's boots going into the wall. It didn't make much sense to me. None of it really did. And so it was kind of scary and concerning because I had to figure out and kind of grasp what was going on that day. So I continue to play with my toys, and then I see them again come out of the other wall. And I'm like, there's some entity or something that is attached to these boots, these bright yellow fisherman boots, like I said before. And it's weird that we had the tribal kid person that came out of the wall, out of the dark corner of the room. It made no sense. It made absolutely no sense to me. And then I had the bright yellow boots come out of multiple points in different areas of the wall. One behind me and then one in front of me. It didn't bother me or scare me, but it certainly was disturbing in a sense because I had no idea what it was. I had no idea why this was happening. And and then it's funny because the days after I started seeing all this paranormal activity and these different types of things going on in my house, I started seeing cabinets opening in the front and in the kitchen, and just weird stuff going on. The TV turning off randomly, turning on. I'd walk up the stairs, I'd see things in the hallway. It made no sense. A lot of this stuff was just so weird to me. Being so young, you have a really active imagination. But all this other stuff, it was like, wow, what is going on here? And a bonus story time. I did not include this in the intro, but you guys are getting exclusive bonus in this episode. So a third story. So when I was a kid, there was this mirror. It was an oval mirror in our front room. And this mirror was very ominous, spooky, and scary. Something weird about it. Something really strange about it. I'd look into it and I'd see different entities or different objects that were really eerie and uncomfortable. There was even a point where I got so scared of this mirror that we actually took it down. And before we took it down, we would put towels over it, and I'd say, there's something in the mirror again. It was like a portal for demonic entities or aliens or some sort. I wasn't really sure, no one knew, but for some reason I was the only one able to see it. As much as everyone else knew there was paranormal activity in the house, I was the only one that actually saw anything go through that mirror, especially coming in or staring at me, like teasing me, come closer. It was like it was wanting me to join in with it. I hope you guys enjoyed these 3 stories. They're definitely on the shorter side. Definitely a little more interesting and unique in their own way. But I want to do more type of content like this so you guys can really see all these random, unique childhood stories. And I have a big story coming next week you guys are not going to want to miss. If you guys enjoyed, please give a consider to like and subscribe. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and shorts every day to sometimes twice a day. I'm really putting a lot of work in this channel. If you guys would like, feel free to support me. I have my links to my socials in the description. Have a great night, have a great day, and stay safe.